package. This is the 6th time in 7 years the Gambia continues to send troops to the restive Sudanese region of Darfur to bring in everlasting peace in the area. And as Contingent 16 prepares to leave the shores of the Gambia for the dignified task of restoring hope for the desperate, there is hope that the troops will rise to the challenge and return home in one piece. Louis Mendy, GRTS.
Well, time now to take our first break. When we come back, we'll take a look at the international news. Stay tuned in.
Energy, energizing Gambia.
Welcome back to the news. The former president of Niger, Mamadou Tanja, has announced his return to politics after he was deposed in a military coup in 2010. As we hear in the CFI report, thousands were turned out to show solidarity with their former president as his announcement coincided with the 22nd anniversary celebrations of his political party.
Mamadou Tanja is making a return to politics in Niger. The former president, who was ousted in a military coup in February 2010, attended a meeting of the National Movement for the Development of Society party on Sunday. The MNSD that brought the former president to power is celebrating its 22nd anniversary. The party used Tanja's presence to rally thousands of people at a time when members are deserting the party.
He is a leader, a high-ranking leader who led this country. The MSND cannot do without President Tanja's advice, his leadership, his wisdom, and experience.
The 22nd anniversary of Niger's ruling party was an opportunity for the party that is now in opposition to criticize the actual government's performance 2 years after President Issoufou Mahamadou's election.
The United States is winding down its mission in Afghanistan after close to a decade of occupation. CNN's Anna Curran reports Afghan civilians face a terrible battle to return their country to normalcy as U.S. troops prepare to leave a country where they face the terrible challenge of identifying their friends from enemies.
The landscape may be visually stunning, this is inhospitable terrain. And for the team of U.S. Special Forces in charge of Nidrab in eastern Afghanistan, this environment is brutal, if not deadly, as they try to distinguish friend from foe. In the past few weeks, 8 IEDs have been found in this valley that harbours Taliban members and sympathisers. But 12-year-old Wasim has no loyalty to those he calls the bad people, after discovering a landmine near his home and reporting it to police.
Do you and all the other kids, like you guys look for that kind of stuff, or do you just notice something suspicious on the ground?
I found the IED with wires sticking out, explains Wasim to the US Special Forces, who've come to thank him and donate supplies to his school. It would have blown up my family and hurt them the way it hurt my friend. Standing beside him with a prosthetic leg, 11-year-old Parvez. I was caring for my animals when I stepped on an IED, he tells us. Without a leg, I feel hopeless. He's one of the many helpless victims caught up in a war that's been dragging on for almost 12 years. And a harsh reminder that the enemy is almost impossible to defeat.
Considering we've been at the school for more than an hour, the concern is that either the Taliban or insurgents have had time to plan an attack or plant an IED on this road. And even though these guys have been on a mission to win hearts and minds in the village, they have to remain constantly vigilant because this is a hostile environment.
Video? Yeah. He's just making a quick call.
Less than 24 hours later, another IED is reported as Special Forces stop in at the local army checkpoint.
So like 400-500 meters east of this grid. So like there is the guys they buried an IED last night.
But the ANA is reluctant to search the property.
All right, you're going to grab some of your dudes, and you're going to walk us over the compound, and then Afghans are going to search the compound. It's not going to be us.
Yeah, we want an Afghan face on it.
Fearing an ambush, a surveillance drone hovers overhead as the soldiers quickly surround the perimeter.
Hey, look, do you have any eyes on the ANA down on the road?
They move in. And a short time later, mortars and grenades are discovered, but there's still no sign of the ANA chief.
You got friggin' mortars underneath the friggin' doorstep. He needs to bring his out here.
As America's war in Afghanistan winds down, security is now in the hands of local authorities. But there are serious concerns in these insurgent areas whether they're willing to put their skills to use. US Special Forces will be the last to leave this war. It's now up to the Afghans to prove they have the heart to continue the fight. Anna Corin, CNN, Nidrab, Eastern Afghanistan.
As the war of words continues between North and South Korea, Pyongyang has launched a new propaganda campaign. As Young-La reports, North Korea, through its state TV, is showing the world that its people that it is ready for war.
The message is clear. North Korean soldiers firing on a paper target with the words USA on the helmet. The live fire drills that aired on state TV vowed to show its enemies, the United States and South Korea, that it was ready to fight, showing off the military skill with weaponry. And the nation's top athletes running through physical drills with ease. The Hermit Kingdom releasing this video just days after it declared it was in a state of war. This is not the first time North Korea has aired this sort of military readiness video. In March of last year, it pledged a, quote, sacred war against South Korea. State video showed soldiers unleashing dogs in the snow, attacking an effigy of then South Korean President Lee Myung-bak. A train is shown running over a cutout of the president. State TV also showed the military using rocket launchers to blow up an effigy of the then president, who they call the leader of the, quote, puppet nation of traitors. But what's unusual about this latest video is the rare show of firing on a U.S. target, even if it is just paper. The Pentagon says it remains unconcerned about what North Korea says. The U.S. cares what it does.
We haven't seen any kind of troop movements on the North Korean side that would indicate imminent military action. So we think that things may be dialing down just a bit on the Korean Peninsula. At least we hope so.
South Korea responded to North Korea's days of threats with a warning of its own. South Korea's president announced any provocation by North Korea against her country would result in a strong response in initial combat, essentially lowering the military's barriers to respond immediately to a North Korean attack.
The big concern here on the peninsula is miscalculation, that in this heated environment there could be a mistake, either from the north or the south, and then this region could trip into conflict. Young-La, CNN, Seoul.
Well, time now to take another break. When we come back, we'll take a look at sports. Stay tuned in.
It's the Fatu Show again, back to school kids party. It's fun, and more fun. Family time with the kids at their favorite location, Dream Park. Saturday, 6th April 2013, 3 p.m. prompt. This time, more games, rides, comic hosting, and space painting. And your favorite artists.
That's right, G the Sensation, Broke Aturinka, Cholimadi the Voice, and Manding Mori the Manding Warrior. $250 fee for the kids comes with a free drink and a free ticket for escorts.
Any extra adult pays only $150.
A day for our kids, a day with the family, a day with Fatu Show. You will be on the Fatu Show. Don't miss the date. See you there. Welcome back. Time now to join Fatu Jase for a look at sports.
Thank you very much, Fatu Kavra. FIFA is due to announce which goal line technology has been chosen to make football history. CNN's Alex Thomas brings us up to speed on which company's goal line technology is likely to be chosen and how it will help improve football, plus how David Beckham hopes to impact positively on his new club's performance.